Hi, cameraman D.
Hello.
Hello, friends. I have a disturbing thing going on here, cameraman D. So this marvelous little winged mouse is actually modeled after a creature in the world of Zyathé.
Yes, made by our
the marvelous
Tish, right?
Yes, Mama Zola.
Mama Zola.
Yes, who is Geeky Hoodie's significant other.
Geeky Hoodie is in the chat.
Well, hello, Geeky. You marvelous man, you.
Oh, we have someone who says Goo Morning from Australia.
Well, Goo Morning from Australia.
Lord
anyway,
Tiben.
Cameramandy, I am disturbed by this because someone has dropped this or something, and the little wire is messed up. So we must craft or something around here. We have
I will fix it.
Are you crafty, cameraman?
I'm a little crafty. I used to have a craft hat business.
I knew you did that, but I want to ask everybody, who's crafty in the chat? Who thinks they got the craft? Who thinks they got craftiness?
I mean, okay, so we're talking just arts and crafts. Like, not like other ways of being crafty.
So you could cheat like and say, I paint miniatures really well or something
That's
like
crafty.
Because that's about as crafty as
I would argue that is pretty crafty. I think that there's so many different kinds. Oh, Pam is in the chat.
Pamela is crafty.
She is definitely crafty.
Pamela is very crafty.
But I mean, crafty could also mean like evil. Like,
no, not that kind of crafty. We're not doing the thing, right? None of that. Exactly. No, none of
that.
Okay. So if you think you're crafty, put it in the chat and tell us what you're crafty about.
Okay, here's my question. Are you feeling recovered yet from Gen Con?
So I'm going to speak the truth, okay?
Yes.
So we had, as you recall, sit there, little winged mouse. So as you will recall, we had 2 premium games with Luke, which were magnificent. So fun. You know what? I say this all the time. Game masters enhance the game. Players make the game.
True.
Players make the game. And if they're engaged and they're trying and they're playing their characters and they're role-playing and doing all kinds of crazy things that you have to react to as the game master, and they're not just doing it on purpose just to ruin the game, right? They're doing it as part of the game. Unbelievable. And Luke was magnificent. It was really fun. We're going to publish A Hole in the Ground, the next Kickstarter for Guys and Gags. Because it's basically, A Hole in the Ground is basically this hole outside of Ethholm that is the place for the final examination for all of the little adventurers who are passing the Adventurers College. And there's things that go on in the hole in the ground that test them. So I think it's pretty good.
Geeky says that Tish says, just send it back and she'll make it all better. But here's the thing, like, Tish might get it back and just not give it back to us.
I never received. Not
that we don't trust Tish and Geeky, but
think about this, cameraman.
Yes,
this beautiful little guy.
I know
has been around for like.
I think he was the very first gift that we ever received. Yes. So
Tish, mwah,
we love
this
him.
Little mouse way more than I love this thing.
Rin made that for you.
Don't care. I love Rin. Don't love this.
How dare you?
Yes, whatever. Listen, if Rin is in the chat, Rin, love you. This.
Okay, then.
Now,
I put a gift that we received on the desk right in front of you.
What, this little gooey thing here?
Yes.
Yes, isn't that
another little gooey cube?
There's more.
That's
gifts.
from Heather Roth. I know you didn't bring all your stuff.
I only brought a few.
I also didn't bring all my stuff.
I brought a few.
Did you get any pins? I
didn't get a pin.
I got a camera pin from Brian. I got a snail one from Julie.
Show yourself, cameraman.
I
see. I have to be the production guy.
Listen, I did something so good this morning because I walked in and my camera was not working, it just wasn't working.
And your name is cameraman.
I know
your camera is not working.
But the idea was I was behind the camera. That was the whole thing.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, but what's exciting is because my camera wasn't working, I finally had the motivation to go change out my camera so there will no longer be that green flicker that's been on for like the last 6 months.
Isn't that the green flicker was kind of on brand though.
I know. I was just being consumed by goo. It was the goo that was taking me.
Does everyone in the chat know what it means to be on brand?
I have to think that they do.
Probably do understand.
Yes.
So I have to show you one of these cameras. So the amazing Pat Fugie of Gnome Games, one of the more famed game stores in the country, right? Gave me this gave Luke and I both one of these at the.
Are those the Cheesehead?
These are the Cheesehead.
Yeah.
Cheesehead dice because Gnome Games is right there in Wisconsin and they're total Green Bay fans.
Here, pass one over to me. I can get it up.
Oh, can you catch? Oh,
yeah.
You're never going to catch that.
Oh.
Okay.
Here we go. I can show it.
That well. I should have probably passed you that.
I have a picture of it somewhere because he also gave me an ad. So as everyone knows, my in-laws live in Wisconsin. I'm actually going back there next month for my birthday. I know there's a little cheese head. I mean, you can't see it so well because it won't focus if I go up like this.
Yeah,
but it's very cute.
Cheese head.
Yeah.
Right, give me that back because I don't want to lose it, cameraman.
So yeah, so
one of my prizes.
Pat gave. Oop, I dropped my headphone. Pat gave me one and Adam one, and we're very excited. And on top of that, I just saw a flicker.
By the gods, I lost the lid.
We'll find it. Don't worry.
How can I possibly lose the lid?
But we're gonna go. So on our trip to Wisconsin next month for my birthday and for a Lindsey Sterling concert. We are stopping. We're going to go to Door County, which is this charming little place. If you ever go to Wisconsin, for Gary Con, there's a place called Door County. However, in the winter, it's very calm. It's like a tourist place, but they have a place called the Noshery, I think, but it's spelled like with like G-O. And because it's
G-N-O-S-H.
Yeah. And we're gonna go over there. And apparently it's acclaimed. And while we're there, apparently they're supposed to be filming some thing for like a Food Network or something.
Well, Ms. Goo and I like noshing, cameraman D. That's our thing.
Is it?
We often go to restaurants now and we'll not order but one entree and like 3 small plates or something like that. And sometimes we won't order an entree at all. And we just sit there and have a little cocktail and little nosh.
That sounds
noshing is
like
fun. Yes.
In
fact,
fun.
Tonight, we are going out.
Ken says the look on Mandy's face. Yeah, I was making sure that was going where I was hoping that was going.
Well, I wasn't talking about that. There wasn't the other kind of.
No, we don't need to. We don't need to talk about that anymore. Okay, so the green flicker, by the way, is still happening, which means this is a product of something else. So I'll have to look into it.
Anyway, but you asked a question and we rambled completely off track.
What was the question?
Am I recovered?
Recovered from Gen Con. That's right. Are you recovered from Gen Con?
I want to know first, anybody who went to Gen Con in the chat, would you say 100%? Put in 100% if you're 100% recovered, or put in 90% if you're 90% recovered. Because I would say, truly, I'm only about 90%. I'm feeling back to myself, but cameraman, 2 premium games with Luke. The game show. All those crazy parties, the Goo Done It activity, which was magnificent. We got a lot of thank yous to put out, and we're going to, right? The Goo Done It thing that was just magnificent, right? And then, of course, 2 days in the booth.
Andy says, I'm only about 75% recovered from my FOMO. Andy, you can come at any point in time. Like,
listen, Andy, you can show up, bro. What's up with you?
So,
cameraman, can I say something real quick
about Andy?
Now, listen, lots of people stream. Yes. There's lots of people who stream.
But how many people stream as badly as we stream?
And that's not the question. Okay. I mean, I agree with you. We're low on the bar. But how many people get to stream and have all their friends hanging out with them on Saturday?
I'm just saying, I agree with that.
You know what I'm saying?
I agree with that.
And the stream is like half the damn stream knows half the damn stream, and everybody's talking to everybody and all. I mean, that is amazing.
Okay, I have percentages too.
Okay, let's give me some percentages.
Stacy says 100%.
Stacy
says 100%. Paul
says
now
Stacy's in pretty good shape.
I'm just saying.
Stacy, do you do like the aerobics thing like this?
Paul says 200%.
Paul's clearly having a manic episode.
Michelle says 99%.
99.
I believe Kiki Lanai is oh my God, how am I blanking on her name?
Because you can't remember handles and names.
Christy, oh my God.
It's hard. Jeez. It is hard.
Okay. Well, I knew who I was thinking of. I was picturing her in my head.
Yes.
Beautiful Christy. 88.2%.
Ooh, very precise.
Jay Ricky says 0%. I didn't go, but I imagine that's also in the 75% of FOMO.
That's the FOMO thing.
Yeah. So imposing sushi, 93%.
Ooh, 93.
We got a few more hundreds. We got 100.
Yeah, well, I got to say,
Namaste says yoga, which makes sense for Namaste.
Of course, Stacey.
Yeah, yes.
Of course, yes, very much so. Ms. Goo is big on. Ms. Goo does an aerobics class, but she also does a fight class.
I know. She's badass.
She's badass. Is she a brown belt? You know this, right? Ms. Goo is a brown belt.
I went and saw her.
She wouldn't do the black belt because she didn't want to get real full combat. She didn't want to smack people around.
She should, though. Especially her husband.
I told her. I said, we should go and you could do a tournament and I could watch you and I would take pictures and send them to all the grandkids. Ms. Goo,
just bring the grandkids. Booty. Just bring their. Okay, listen.
Yes.
Listen. We're getting off track here.
Oh, we are off track.
Okay.
Yes,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay.
But I would say, as of yesterday, I was about 90%. I feel pretty good today. I feel pretty good. But I was tired. I mean, we got back on Monday. And listen, let's give a shout out first and foremost to your brother.
Oh,
because he has been through the ringer, and of course, driving all by himself and all of that stuff. He's not in the chat because I happen to know he's asleep.
Just FYI, I did not know he was driving all by himself until it was already too late.
I had him checking in with me. He stayed. I made him stay the night. I would not let him drive all night because sometimes he does that. He does that drive all night thing. And he stayed in Kansas City for the night, which was great. And they got all the issue with the low bridge.
I'm trying to find that.
Does everyone know? Okay, who in the chat knows about the low bridge circumstance?
So
because Lawrence had an encounter of significant difficulty.
That was he rolled a nat 1.
Oh, he rolled
on his perception check on the bridge. So here I have pictures.
So there's pictures. So Lawrence, dear Lawrence, right? Love him, right? He is driving.
Look at this.
He is driving, and he forgot that he was driving a truck that was a little high up, and he tried to go under a bridge that was a little bit low. I would have loved to have him on the show today to talk about it, but he is sleeping. I checked on him last night. He didn't call me back, so I was worried about him this morning. So I called your parents, and they said he was still.
Yeah,
asleep.
he's exhausted because he got back, and after having to take an extra 2 days on the road,
and then really,
who else deserves a huge shout out is Mr. Austin.
Oh yes,
Zap, because literally we rolled a nat 20 when
Austin in the chat.
I don't know if he's there today, but I have been. Oh, sorry, I went to go check the chat. But I have been. I chatted with him yesterday on the phone. To me, because
fortunately
this happened in a place where Austin.
Can we explain something for a minute?
What?
Why are we shouting him out? Because
I am. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay. You're going to tell the story.
Yeah, because Lawrence was still in Indianapolis when this thing happened, and Austin lives there, and Austin has always taken such good care of us during Gen Con. He is an amazing friend. And then Austin was able to get to him and help him, and first off, boost his spirits because Lawrence was he made a post about this, was pretty down in the dumps after this happened, as you can imagine.
Yeah, I told him, but buck up, he was fine and don't worry about it. This is what insurance is for and all of that stuff, right?
So all these updates.
But he definitely...
His updates are hilarious.
He's
very witty. I laugh out loud several times when I watch his stuff. So anyway.
But anyway, the point is, and honestly, the wonderful comments that so many of our wonderful Gooey friends made lifting him up. And you know what? I am old, cameraman. You all know this. I've been in the business of advertising and marketing. We've done events and all kinds of things. This kind of stuff happens a lot. It is just, there's so many moving parts, as they say. You all know this. There's so many moving parts to all of these things. You can't help but have things get broken, accidents, all this stuff. He's not going to live it down around here for a while, but it's still... But anyway, they got back. He had spent a couple of days in Chicago, but he got back as well. So at least he had Devin and Iad for most of the day to get it unloaded. But Lawrence, thank you. And Austin, for you, thank you, because you really did save Lawrence. And Austin has drama too. You know about Austin's drama?
No. Should we put it on the stream?
This is fine. This is
fine drama. Okay.
So his little son is in, I think, first and second grade tackle football.
Oh, he's a football coach.
Yes,
he's doing so good.
Austin coaches all the little kids, right? Yeah. Well, apparently, how many people in the chat know about psycho parents at athletic contests?
I think probably everybody
psycho
does.
Parents. Psycho parents. So I coached a lot of basketball in the old days, right? And I know about psycho parents. Apparently, some parent didn't like the tackle that one of the little dudes put on one of the other little dudes and came charging out on the field at the little second grader. Now, thankfully, Austin is a big man.
Funny.
And I believe Austin had to intervene and said, listen, man, first of all, you're not touching this kid. And secondly, I'm about to call the police. So you need to settle down.
This was Saturday morning, right?
This was Saturday morning.
Yeah, at Gen Con. Yeah.
So that's true psychopath.
True story. Adults, don't tackle children.
No, never attack little children on football fields or basketball courts or even in games. Only with your dice. Rin. Mm-hmm. I'm going to attack your snail. Yes, that's what I'm going to do.
Oh my gosh.
But no, really, I mean, Austin was magnificent. And of course, the whole crew that was out there, packing up and getting stuff all from here, from the Goo crew, but also all the wonderful people that helped. I mean, we put up posts so you can all see this stuff, but we had a wonderful group that helped us out so much in the morning getting our various terrains set up for the game show.
I was going to show some pictures.
Do you want to do that right now?
Yeah, let's.
I didn't mean to get off track.
No, it's fine. So let me show.
No, but while you're, do that. That's good.
Okay, so this is from Joe Adams over here. Joe is such a good friend of us, and he was on the game show in the morning. He was on our first section of the. I'll just show you pictures. So here we are with our new setup. I love the background screen. I can actually put something up on that background screen if I can like motivate myself to.
Oh, you can actually put something up.
Yeah, I could put like the Great Gooey Dungeon game show on there.
Awesome.
We were running so behind, but
that was really were they putting up because they had two massive screens where they were showing
on either side. Yeah, great, here's Joe with the here's his selfie. We have Danny who actually rolled really well.
She was awesome.
Nate and Jeff in the back who Joe couldn't get to look over. Jeff, look over here. Anyway, so now here's the deal. Nate left Team Colopia in like terrible condition for
Nate. We love you, but it wasn't a good day for you.
Nate left Team Colopia like -3 dungeon points. They also had an aggressive. So we did something new this year with the game show. We picked.
Show yourself, camera Mandy.
I can't.
Yes,
not on this one.
You can swap me.
No, I can't.
Oh, okay. All right.
Anyway, but we did this thing where we selected team captains for each of the teams, and like they were the ones who were up making decisions about how to spend gold
and asking their team, which was nice. So a lot more things happened. There was more action.
But like Team Colopia started with spending all of their gold on 2 power-ups, which was a very aggressive strategy, especially because they didn't hit anything for like 4 rounds or something like that. It took a long, and all of their power-ups were for fighting.
Yes.
Anyway, there's me and Ed. We had the best time.
Yes, and Marvelous Jeff is right there.
Yeah.
Jeff Richards from Chaos. Yeah. Yes. And of course, earlier we had Bushra and Lou. Oh, there they are. Right
yeah,
there.
Look at that. Look at that.
Yes. And Bushra was playing Fliegen, right?
Yes.
And so she got greatly exposed to the Fliegenites.
Yes, who are very aggressive. Look at Ed.
Ed's like,
I'm figuring this out. We told him.
I'm not sure about you, Jeff Richards.
So anyway, it was just such a great show. I think this is the best one. You got like 2 hours of sleep the night before, but I still feel like you brought it. Look at you. Anyway, thank you, Joe, so much for these pictures. They're so great. You can see how into it the crowd is. And there's a video in the den that Casey took just of the crowd losing their mind as you're trying to decide who the
almost 500 people.
I know. It's pretty.
Stefan and Ann were great. There's Mike Dunn. I got to talk about him in a little bit. Yes. And it was really, it was magnificent. And Jim, of course, always leads the charge.
Here's the thing. We have this great crew. Jim, Kathy, Crystal, and Patrick. The 4 of them are like a group. And they game together.
Year, but not just them. Nicholas, right?
I was getting there.
Okay.
Hold on. Let me finish.
You're not on screen. Okay. Technically, you are.
Okay. I know, right? Anyway, all that to say though, Jim has really like taken the lead because he's done this so many times. So like you're exhausted, you show up, you're like, I got like 2 hours of sleep. Devin snores like a chainsaw. This was the worst. And Jim's like, I got this, and let like Alphinius sit, and he just took over and built the whole dungeon. It was amazing. And then on top of that, we had Sean and Julie. They're people. Yeah. And they showed up super early to come help with everything. And so did Nick and Lance and
Nick and
Casey,
of course. Casey, of course, was there helping, and he did a little emceeing for us, which was also marvelous. And Stefan, who still, I swear to this day,
he won. He doesn't know how to play, but he won.
Still to this day, he does not know how to play. I agree with you. He has no idea what's going on, but he won. Yes. With Colopia.
Yeah, Jeff Richard pulled them out. And yes, just amazing. Anyway, and there's someone who's like, stabby. I have a picture of that kid.
Yeah, the stabby
kid. Decapitation. I met him later because he came to the game room. There's this little kid with this set of pipes that was just incredible.
And he had a crown
on and a shirt that said something about like give pizza a chance or something like that.
Yes.
Anyway, but he came to the game room the next day, and I gave him a Gooey shirt, and I have a picture of that. And he like, I don't know, he was so cute. So anyway,
so you like the words that I did?
Yes, it was boom.
Because barbarian, right?
Stabby.
And
what was the last one?
Twang.
Twang.
Because
Yes.
of shooting the bow.
Yes. Anyway, I think
that was your idea, though, Cameron.
I will get this up on our YouTube channel. I got a copy of it. It's like 40 gigabytes, so I just have to get it uploaded to YouTube, and I'll put up the game show so everyone can watch it. Because really, this was the best one we've ever done.
Best one we ever done.
And they're excited to have us back again next year.
They want us to do it again.
Just saying. So.
Well, the thing is, the nice thing about the game show is at Gen Con, right? At Genghis, by the way, we're coming up with some new secret for Genghis Con yet. We're going to come up with a new thing. A new thing. Yes. But at Gen Con, there are thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of people there. So there's many people who've never seen the game show. And there's, of course, regulars who like to come because they win prizes and they get to go stabby, right? And all that kind of stuff that goes on, right?
Yeah.
So no, we're going to keep doing the game show as long as Gen Con wants us to do so.
Yes.
So,
yeah. Indeed. Okay, so that was the game show. All right, let's go through.
Is the chat enjoying this?
I think so.
I hope so. I mean,
we have a lot of people from Gen Con in.
The Gen Conites.
So, a lot of people happen to be sitting around that child. His poor mother just kept
she kept shh. I kept pointing at him. Good job, kid.
Jim says twang was hard for that team to get volume, so we might need to do twang. Yeah, it is hard to say that loudly.
All right, I like twang. That's what I like, but
okay. Anyway,
somebody thought I was saying something perverted.
Geeky said, well, I did not catch that. I was not laughing at that. I was laughing at Geeky's comment.
What did Geeky say?
I said Genghis Khan needs to have the Gooey event of shots with Mandy. Geeky Hoodie is the only person who I've ever actively gotten inebriated with it was because this other woman was there just buying us shots for some reason. What's going on?
Put yourself on the screen, cameraman.
What is this?
I'll explain it in a minute.
What? Okay.
Just put yourself on the screen, cameraman.
Okay.
It's totally fine. We'll have to turn this off.
Okay. Why am I on the screen?
Just go ahead, talk for a minute. I'm behind you. Everybody can look.
No one can see
they can
you.
see me right there.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
I don't know why I'm moving my computer. Oh, I guess that's why.
In a minute.
Okay,
I just want to check this real quick. So it's very important.
What are you doing?
So, Cameramandy, I play a game called Age of Z Origins. You know about this. Yes?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's very important that you get uranium in this game. Uranium. Does everybody know about, if you know about Age of Z Origins, you can say something in the chat. You must get uranium, but you can also have people take over your uranium mine and kick you out. And I have the top uranium mines, I have one of the top 7 uranium mines right now, and I'm not getting kicked out. But I'm looking to see if I can kick someone else out, and it does not look like.
Are you seriously doing this live on air?
It's okay. I'm right. Look, so I'm going to do this right now, cameraman. I am going to reoccupy my level 7 or level 8 mine or whatever it is.
You're always getting on us. Are we being entertaining? And you're literally on your cell phone.
Listen, Cameramandy,
what?
When uranium is at stake, you do what you do. Now I got to take care of it just like that. See? Very good. All done. If people don't know that I'm a gamer, they know now. I'm a gamer.
Is that what the point of this was?
No, Cameramandy, I had 3 minutes left before I could be kicked out of my uranium mine. And if somebody knows what I'm talking about, they know uranium is very valuable. They charge money for this game. So if you're going to get it for free, that's what you want. You want to get it for free.
Patrick says he's officially a millennial.
Wait a minute.
Oh, dear.
Listen, I am telling you straight. I play with all these young people in this Age of Z Origins. They all call me Papa Goo.
Okay, listen. Here's the deal.
What is the deal, Cameron?
I just can't with you right now.
Can we talk about our Game Master?
I will. First, though, I have a question from Harry. Harry has sent us a package. I did not get it because they did not have the key, or the people who had the key to the mailbox were not here yesterday.
Oh.
So just know that it is on my radar. But
I know is Harry and his son Spencer gave me this.
Snailed it. I know. I'm excited to play that.
Cameramandy.
Yes.
Do you see
it.
my
the
desk,
number of snails?
My desk is covered with snails.
It has become as infamous as
grins, this goofy thing is here. There's little ones over there. I mean, it's and then I got this. Snailed it.
Stacy says he's being a Uranus.
Stacy.
Although I hear that they say Uranus now.
Uranus.
Yes,
they changed it up. They had to make sure because you didn't say Uranus.
Okay, let's talk a little bit about
Come on, man, you shouldn't say this on air, you dirty dog. All
right, yeah, sure. Okay.
All right, what are we talking about?
Okay, let me show some pictures.
I'd really like to smoke a pipe for this stream.
Oh, you've said it before.
I know, but I don't want to stink you out.
It's fine.
Look at those cute kids.
Right? We're adorable.
My 2 god kids and my son.
Yes. Oh, we're so cute. Okay. Anyway, yeah, this is when we still had energy. It was the first day. So
day 1, yes.
Okay. So there's I wanted to show these because yes, Shein.
Whatever. He knows what I'm talking about. Hi, bro.
Yeah. Anyway, these sold really
People
good.
call me Alphinius. They call me Alfabio.
They're
they got all
beautiful sun catchers. You have one behind you. Here, let me cut over here. These are about to go up on sale. The ones that didn't sell at Gen Con. I think we sold out of the Gen Con exclusive ones, but the non-Gen Con exclusive ones are going up on sale. You can see the sun catcher there, except you can't see how beautiful it is because there's no sun behind it. Other way.
Yeah, there we
go. Yeah.
Yes,
anyway, so these will be up on sale, I believe, next week on the website. Okay, now let's go back here. I'm going to show a few pictures of the booth, and then we'll go into Game Masters. So there's Cody.
There are times that I look at Lawrence and think, this is not good.
Choices were made. Choices were made.
Cody's like, I'm standing next to grass skirt Lawrence.
Here's Chelsea Phillips.
Chelsea.
You can see she was one of our featured Gen Con employees for...
Great portrait.
Yes, for GenzaCon.
Yeah, Benjo did just a marvelous job on that.
So here's a picture of that. Here's a picture with Chelsea and Joe's in the background there hanging out. They're all he's wearing a Hawaiian shirt too, so he definitely got the message.
Wait a minute, does Lawrence have little coconut boobs on?
Yes, he does.
Coconut boobs.
But like, I don't see how
Mandy.
Those are the smallest coconut boobs I've ever seen. Like
something is terribly wrong with this right now. Camera Mandy, never show that picture again. Wipe that out. Wipe that out.
Yes. Oh, we will be putting Madness up on. I'm sorry. Like I'm answering questions from the chat.
Oh, what's the chat?
Madness and GenzaCon. Yes. We will have it up for sale.
We're gonna send an email out.
Yes. But Lawrence is the person who needs to do that, and he was dealing with a broken truck.
Yes, next week. But you can get your chance to get your limited edition version. Absolutely. Yes. We always do that for our crew, and it's really good. You know. Yeah. It's the first one that I didn't have my full hands on, really carried the water on that. I just did not have time with working on environs and trying to get that out and finished and made sure we were ready to go once we decided on the production process. And so she just carried the water and made a really nice tale. Very proud of her. Very, very proud.
Yeah. We have several people asking, did Lawrence meet the sales goal?
We did not.
We
did not, but we got close, which is good.
So he's going to be washing the truck. I am going to speak to him about
going to wash the truck.
Speedo. It will not be in a Speedo because we are.
Oh God, no!
We are a business,
and especially with the coconut boobs.
But he can wear the coconut boobs with trunks.
I have to show this to Ms. Goo. So I did send Ms. Goo a picture of the Alfabio shot. Yes, I said to that. She said he needs to go away forever.
Yes, I have some pictures of Alfabio. I think later on. Oh, here's Callie. Callie is the wonderful woman who makes our game room happen every year.
She's magnificent.
She's advocated for us. She got us the 3 suites this year so we can run our private events. And she was also in GenzaCon this year. So we love Callie. I got to meet her for the first time in person. Last year, she was holed up in a hotel room with COVID, unfortunately. So yes. Oh, and here's a few more of our GenzaCon people. So there's Danny. Oh my goodness, I don't know who this is. Danielle, I think is her name, and Ashley.
And Ashley. Yep, so I believe you are right. But you know, again, cameraman, you're trying to remember all the names. But there's all their marvelous portraits, right? Really, really good.
Indeed. Okay, so next up we have you running a hole in the ground with Luke.
Yes.
So I'm just gonna make the pictures like big for a second.
It was great fun. What a wonderful and we're gonna bring this up because I think it's coming together. It's come together really nice. And the thing is, it'll be variable, which I think will be a lot of fun. It'll basically be a first or second level adventure. It'd be for first or second level characters, and it's basically they've graduated from the Adventurers College. And so this was something that Gerald Geisengak set up with Wolf Willem and the rest of the staff at the Adventurers College. And basically, it's the final examination. And so you go down there, and there's puzzles and traps and all kinds of things. And you are accompanied by Lucas in this case, but you're typically accompanied by a member of the staff who grades you as you go along. So it's pretty good. But we'll put a little twist in it. So something, because that's what we did with Hole in the Ground. There was little twists here and there.
Okay, so we have a few things.
Yes.
First off, will the Hole in the Ground be available soon, or is that a next Kickstarter thing?
So here's, just so everyone understands, right? I explained this last time. I'm not going to go deep into it. But the because we couldn't do the Kickstarter here in the fall because of this whole tariff circumstance and have to figure out how we were going to do this and make sure we were not going to get totally just royally destroyed, we had to delay quite substantially, right? So that delay delayed us in fulfilling the Guys and Gags Kickstarter. So we are going to fulfill the Guys and Gags Kickstarter for sure before we ever do another Kickstarter, right? That is absolutely what we're going to do. And this will also give us a chance to fulfill the Gloom port, which is nice, right? So we're already close on the Gloom port. So we have pushed the Kickstarter. It will happen around GaryCon of next year, and it will be Guys and Gags 2 in the Temple of Inquinacious Evil. Yes.
You got that right for like the first time. Congratulations.
The Temple of Inquinacious Evil, which means corrupted, yes? And, of course, it will have the village of Blun. And if everything goes the way I planned, I've told this story, your party will be able to potentially, and this isn't the way they have to do it, they can choose, but potentially infiltrate Blun as posing as an evil adventuring party in being hired by the Baron.
Okay.
Yes. So this will be very interesting. I can't wait to hear how it plays out. Mike, I've said this before, Mike says the series that we did when we did that in our home game was one of the best series of games that we've ever played. He loved it. It was intense. It was scary. They had to think on their feet. They were trying to save people. They had moral conundrums because, right, do they expose themselves to save the poor widow who's being whipped, right? Or do they just stand back and let it happen? Because if they expose themselves, the greater good is not served. So these are moral conundrums that are interesting when you put yourself in that place and you're playing a game like this. So anyway, Hole in the Ground, yes, absolutely. It will be in there. And we'll also, if everything goes the way I hope, Ed will do a sequel to A Trouble with Rats. And there will also be a lead-in to The Greenwood.
Okay.
Which will be if everything goes the way we have planned, towards the end of the year next year, we will do our Kickstarter with Ed, and they will cross over between the Guys and Gags things. And I'm excited, Cameramendi. I just think the tales, they sound so good already, and we barely started.
I'm excited too.
Yes.
Okay. I have a bunch more.
Anyway, can I just say something though?
What?
The two groups of people who played with us were spectacular.
Well, Michelle wants you to tell everyone what Leo did in their game.
So I do want to say this. I do not understand why he did it, but there was kind of coming to it because his son was chastising him over this. You know this, right?
Yes,
Leo's son was chastising
him. He's like, why do you not care about your characters enough?
He drank the spider venom. And I gave him a shot. I gave him a little roll to give it a shot that didn't kill him. So it killed him, but he came back as a ghost. So we had a little ghost hanging out. It was pretty fun. It went pretty well. It was fun. I mean, Leo made everybody laugh, and and again, you know, the issue,
I love Leo.
He's the best.
He's so goofy.
And the issue with these con games, right, is you're never going to play those.
You're not invested
again, right?
as
so
invested.
So people do a little more. They're more aggressive.
But sometimes that could be a fun to play a little bit. And I think it can increase the energy at the table quite a bit.
Absolutely.
So a couple of things. So Porthalis says, what? Damn it. That Alphinius character was supposed to be at the booth selling stuff to meet that goal. Alphinius should be washing that truck. And I will say this. Alphinius was there. This is why we did not stream last Saturday, and I'm sorry about it, but Alphinius had to be in the booth all Saturday and all of Sunday. So, and
honestly, we make our numbers if Mike is there.
Yes. Mike was not able to join us this year because of the agency.
Job,
yeah. So,
and Mike is a very good salesperson. He would have been in there all 4 days. And the thing is that, and this is a hard
it's hard. Selling is hard. You have to be willing to ask people for money.
Yes.
And if they come up and they chat with you, and
you have to be able to cut them off when they're talking about their character for the next half hour.
This is why I like my job of being in the game room and making sure that all goes really well. I like indirect sales.
Cameramendi,
yes.
I love our products, so I have such belief. But the other thing is that the thing about Mike and me, more than most people, because it's just not comfortable for most people.
Yeah, it's hard.
Mike and I will look at the crowd as they're walking by and say, "Come, talk to us. Come over here." Blah blah blah. And most people will not do that.
I think that's how. I think I saw Jen post something. I think it was Jen, and she posted that you called her over, Wolf Jen, and you called her over.
Matt Budakalvi.
Yeah, and that's how they became Gooey. And that, I don't know, it just warms my heart. So
I had a number of people Have you ever heard of us? No, don't even know what you do. What? Tell me. I'd love to. Let us talk. And the next thing you know what they did, Cameramandy? They bought the bundle of the Zyathé lore. They bought the Darkenhaven box set, and they walked away with 15 pounds of stuff.
There's a lot of people in this chat. Jim, Brad.
Oh, yes.
So, yeah. Ken.
There are many gooey friends we would not have had we not said, come
over here. Come talk with us. Yeah.
My good line that always works really well, Cameramandy, is, what is there to fear from a man who looks like Santa Claus?
That is a good line. That's great. Okay, before we get all into the game and stuff, I want to talk about our Any.
Oh, yes, we should do that.
It's right behind you. If you move to look on your chair where I dangle things off your chair. Can you see it?
Is it right there? Is that right there?
Yeah, here, let me cut over. Yeah, you had it before.
I'm hiding it, yes.
Oh, there you go.
Yes, right there.
We won our judges spotlight. I also have the certificate. You can hold up the certificate. I put it on your desk right there.
Yes.
So, and I want to play your speech.
Okay, I just don't want people. I hope people aren't bored with this. If you get bored with this thing in the chat, just say something.
You know what? What we'll do is we'll play it at the end. How about that?
No, it's okay. You can play it.
It's 4 minutes long.
All right, just play it.
Okay, we're gonna
see
play
what
it.
People think.
We'll talk over it too. Like if you have like a moment, you'll have to listen on your headphone though. You'll only be able to hear it if you put your headphone in.
Oh, okay. All right.
So, okay. So I'm gonna play the speech that Alphinius gave when he won.
When I won. When we won.
Well, when we won. When we won the Any. Okay. Can you get it?
I don't think I have it anymore, Cameron.
You certainly do. But I'm gonna play it. Wait, let me know if you guys can hear this. Because now I'm worried they can't actually hear this. I don't think they can hear this.
Then don't do it. Who wants to listen to speeches?
I can't hear it. Can you guys hear this? No. Okay. So we will play it at the end. We will not be on screen because I guess I can't play it this way.
I'm glad I don't have to deal with this, cameraman.
Okay, we'll play it at the end.
This is a horrific.
We'll play it at the end. Don't worry about it. This was a good non-idea. Anyway, low budget production.
It's very low budget.
We're okay.
And who wants to listen to speeches anyway?
Well, you literally had someone come up afterwards and say that was the best speech ever because you were saying Myra and the Ugly Troll.
Because we sang Myra and the Ugly Troll. Yes, right. So it's still very popular, right?
Andy says, just link the Facebook post, but the Facebook post was not the full speech because it has to be under 3 minutes. So I thought I would play the whole thing. But with
I
that
do want to
said,
say to Chris, who was the judge who gave us the spotlight, he said so many very
wonderful
nice
things. Yeah, so many wonderful things. So
I can't wait till he sees Gloomport.
Maybe we win it a second year in a row.
It'd be fun to do 2 in a row.
The Ennies was actually like a fun experience.
It
like
really
anyone can just go, and it's like a big party, and it's awesome to see people have their stuff recognized.
Yes.
So like it's just heartwarming, and like the excitement. I don't even know. It was really amazing.
I love creative people, right? This is my life, right?
Yeah.
Because it's your life too. And I love creative people. That's one of the things I love about the Gooey universe is there's so many people because we're kind of attracted, right? This is the idea, right? We kind of get attracted to each other, and Gooey gives the chance to be able to have people who are creative create. And so that's what I love about this Gooey universe is how many wonderful, amazing, talented, creative people that we get to hang around with. But I'm in this room, right, with some really wonderful creators. And I definitely acknowledge that. And I wanted to acknowledge that. While you're talking about this, I'm going to start showing just like a little slideshow of our games.
Yes, so,
well, don't we want to talk about it a little bit? There's Chris, right?
Yes. So here's our Gooey party, which had our barkeeper was very happy on the night of our Gooey party.
Yes.
Lots of merriment, lots of
and good tippers.
Yeah, well, yes, but more. I meant more just in terms of like the energy, the fact that like we all get to hang out together and have this great moment of togetherness.
And just know that you're always invited if you're a Gooey person and you're at one of these conventions and we're having one of these parties. Don't wait for an invite; just show up.
Yes. And I will also go ahead and while we're looking at this, I will list off the people who got their Gooey necklaces. This
Did we get everyone photographed?
I think Adam has those pictures. I don't have those pictures, but I will post them when I get them from the den.
Cameraman, you got to admit, those pants. Those pants are good.
I appreciate that you own your style. So
I I think those pants are up. I bought 2 pairs, Cameron Mendy.
Good, because I don't think you'll ever find them again.
And I've told this story that Ms. Goo, right, whenever I'm walking around with her, she's always like, why are you wearing those pants? And invariably, within 5 minutes, somebody's going to say, great pants.
Here's the deal. Pam says, those pants are legendary. And this is what I will say to that is
Thank you, dear
Alphinius has made them legendary by his commitment to them and by not taking anyone else's opinions into account, including his
Ms. Goo.
Or his daughter or his
yes.
goddaughter.
I've gotten some grief from others besides Ms. Goo.
Yes.
Sure.
So Sheehan says, can we get those pants on the website?
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like
I got them in some big and tall shop in California. I needed some clothes because they had.
Randy says they are an artifact.
Thank you, my friend. That's right. There's much magic in them.
I think you did the game show in them last year.
I did?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, here are the people who got necklaces this year. Roderick Shelton. Skip Doms. Jeff Hall. Howard Thompson. Stefan Picorni. Matt Garthwaite. Nick Quintus, Paul Hosletter, Matt Everhart, Kathy Kenny, Crystal, and Patrick Wainscott. So, thank you all very much for everything.
And
that
if
you have
you
done
worked
for
your
us.
butt off for Gooey Cube and you ain't got a necklace yet, you're probably on the list.
And if you feel like you're unseen, please email me.
And that's another thing.
Yeah.
Yes. Really, truly. If you feel like you've been passed over and you feel like you got burned and you deserve a gooey necklace, we don't want you to be a wallflower and sit in the back. We want you to send an email and say, hey, what about me? I've been around since before COVID.
And then I'll be like, hi.
And you'll be like, oh, shit. My bad.
You're bad.
Like, my bad. And then next year you.
But we have to keep, I have to.
I know, there has to be a pace.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
we try to,
already I made a mistake because I put 13 people on the list. I thought I'd ordered 20 necklaces and I had only ordered 10. So that was my bad.
Fortunately, we found a circumstance to fix it. Yes. So we were okay.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the circumstance is that some people got to hold a necklace and then got it taken back from them. And then I'm ordering more.
This has happened,
no, it was only the first time.
I don't know, Cameron.
Okay.
I feel like this happened before.
Let's keep going. Okay, there's Chris.
Yep,
it was his
Ben
birthday.
and Lance right there, and it was Chris's birthday. Yes.
Oh, okay, so this was fun. This was the morning of the game show, and this thing, the Kids Muse wheel is the worst thing to have to carry back and forth from the game show room. I did not have to do it this year because, all these men stepped up for me. Thank you. So
this is great.
Listen,
I mean, this is. We need to do a. You know what? We should do a meme contest with this.
We should. That would be so good.
Let's post it up in the den.
Yeah.
Let's let everybody do their meme things, and the best one we'll give a prize to.
Yeah. So
also, we're still giving away the portrait, right? We're going to do that today, right?
We're doing the portrait giveaway. We can actually. Why don't we go ahead? Why don't we do the entries for that now? #portrait.
#portrait. You'll get an entry. Now, soon here, we're going to put it up in the Gooey Den and in the Discord. So you'll get a chance to have extra entries there. So again, all you people who come to Goo Morning Zyathé, your odds increase substantially. And since we are all gamers and we deal with dice and odds, it's a valuable thing. There's some of my heroes right
This is Patrick and Jim and Casey who helped move all of because right after the game show, we literally had to go all the way across the convention center and run a hole in the ground.
No, I want to tell you something, Cameron Mendy.
What?
It's pretty impressive that I was able to do that without cocaine.
You took a nap in between. I took a nap during a hole in the ground. was the way of it. So
I don't really do cocaine. So all you kids watching, never do cocaine. Stay away from it.
Okay.
Those are bad for you.
Yeah. Seriously.
I don't want to be influencing you.
There's Tim.
Tim is marvelous.
Okay. Here's you and Mike just hanging out during the game show.
Mike, we didn't get to spend much time. Mike's threatening to come down and have lunch down here. So
he needs to come back and finish we never finished the RPGA.
We never finished the RPGA discussion.
So we actually need to have him come on the show.
But I want to do, Cameron Mendy, we're gonna be better about guests. Because I have a bunch of people that I'd love to have on here.
Yeah, I want to talk about Critical Hit Soda because they're doing a fundraiser.
I'd love to, and so
or a Kickstarter.
Kickstarter, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, and I got to back. I've been meaning to go on and back the Drive and Forge new Kickstarter. I haven't done it yet.
Yeah,
because it's on GameFound, so I have to put in all the stuff, so I put off. But I need to get going. I need to get busy before I miss out. Now, in fairness, I have a ton of the tutor stuff, so there's only a few things that I really want from this one.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not going to be as all in as I normally am for my friends at Dwarven Forge, but there's some wonderful things.
Mm.
Look at that team.
Yes.
There's you got to speak to these three people.
Okay, so this is Casey, Matt, and Whit. I feel like if anyone has been around us at all, they know who these people are. We also have a fourth member, Mark, who could not make it out to
yes, don't forget Mark.
Yes. So, but this is the team that orchestrates everything for the game room, does all the submissions for the posts.
And technically, there's a fifth in this photograph. Yes, Camera Mandy.
Who's that?
Baby Wilcox. What, I wasn't supposed to say anything? I thought it was common knowledge.
Oh my God.
Camera Mandy, people have to tell me that I can't say anything.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
People have to tell me I can't say anything when they tell me things when I'm celebrating.
Oh my God. Okay, Whit says it's okay.
Whit, I love you, darling. I did not need to do that. Oh, my darling, I cannot. This is the third time I've screwed up a baby
I have
announcement.
not told you so many things for this very reason.
You should not. No.
I will
When
literally.
you tell me something. Wait a minute. Can we stop for a second? Okay. Listen, let's just drop the ball. I've screwed it up. And can everybody in the chat go woo-hoo to Marvelous Matt and Dear Whit, who are going to have baby Wilcox, and they're going to name baby Wilcox Alphinius. Alphinius Wilcox.
She says,
boy or girl.
We are telling parents today, so unless they watch this, we're good.
I am so excited. I cannot tell you. I love babies. I have nine grandchildren. And with Matt, my apologies, my loves. I'm so sorry. Nobody said don't say nothing.
I'm sure they did. Oh
okay,
my God.
Whit, did anybody say don't say anything?
Oh my God.
Matt, did you say don't say anything?
I'm literally dying right now.
Remember. Anyway, everyone, let's give a marvelous hand to our dear friends for baby Wilcox. And you heard it here first. Yes. Manny, you could take this clip out and have them show it to their parents.
This is literally the funniest. Thank God she's in the chat telling me it's okay. I'd be having a heart attack about how I had to tell her and break the news.
Anyway, Whitney, we love you. Congratulations. I'm so excited for you. I cannot wait to meet your little baby. And the only thing that's sad about that is we probably won't see the Wilcoxes next year
at Gen Con.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, that is so funny. Okay,
but I want pictures. I want pictures. Lots of pictures.
Oh my God! Wait, so she's crying.
I love you, dear.
Crying, laughing. I can't wait to rewatch this clip and see what the expression on my face was.
Oh well, yes.
Pure horror.
Listen, here's the deal. You and the Gooey family, you have to put up with me.
Oh my God. Okay. Yes. Congratulations to Matt and Whit. Found out at Gen Con.
Casey is also pregnant. But no one knows that.
Oh my gosh. Okie doke. Okay. And this is after we won. I have it on your desk there for you to show.
So I want to say this. I want to speak to this.
Yes.
So as you all know, last year we won an award from Marvelous Gaming Trend magazine, which was for our Dark and Haven. Right? It was for our Dark and Haven.
We got a review from Dark and Haven.
What was last one's for?
I don't know.
Good God, I forgot to remember.
No, it was for the game show.
It was for the game show. That's correct.
And then the one before that.
Best show at thing was for the game show. Well, this year, I'm more proud of this than anything even the Emmy. I'm more proud of this.
Mm-hmm. Because
it's for our game masters. So Marvelous Mike and the folks at Gaming Trend Magazine, the Best of Gen Con 2025 award winner was for our game masters. And that is unbelievable.
Yeah.
I cannot tell you how wonderful this is to have this kind of recognition because of how good our game masters are, and certainly the work of Mark and Matt and Whit and Casey to organize it all, and the games they put on, and people giving us so many good reviews. Now, we don't get every review is not good. Every once in a while, we have things that are not quite where we want.
And we learn from them, and that's what I think makes our gaming room so special, is that we do accept feedback. We accept it except for one review.
I know,
Let me talk about one review.
Go ahead, Cameraman. You rant on.
Because this made me mad, and I will be sending an email out to every single person in the game room to make sure that they know this is not the case. They said, I will not buy anything using AI art. It's trash. And I cannot tell you how frustrated I am with these AI art warriors, because in being so defensive of human arts, they are missing the fact that our stuff is paid for by humans and made by humans and
Paid
made
for by us to humans to make
and
them.
they insulted the art of actual humans by saying that.
Yes.
And it is pissing me
But
off.
the problem is,
I'm sorry.
you can't really tell very well anymore.
Because
all of the
and
little
that's not the
finger
artist's
things,
fault.
No, it's not the artist's fault that the AI, but yes, but every piece is commissioned by an artist.
Yes.
Every piece.
So it is just very frustrating. I'm just going to say this, like that people make assumptions. They don't ask questions. They
Correct.
automatically assume. They think that like
and it's an anonymous review.
Yeah.
So we can't even go back and then set the record straight.
But it's insulting to the art. The thing that gets me is it's insulting to the artist to say this is AI because it's not. These AIs are trained off of their art. And then on top of that, their art gets insulted by saying it's AI. And so I'm just saying, like, I have no problem with the stance of no AI art. I think that's a great stance to have. But I don't appreciate people automatically assuming it. And like, I'm sorry, this is just constant with our stuff in terms of like the comments that we get and everything like that.
Well, it's because we have so much art. And everybody's like, how can you afford to do that? How can you do that? It must be AI. Nope, we can't afford to do it. That's why we don't make money, government.
Stacey says the AI police are the ones that don't actually know the difference.
Well, that's the problem. Yeah. I have this, cameraman. We check our arts, right? You have to look for brush strokes, and you have to look. There's certain things you can look, but I'm telling you, it won't be long. It won't be long, and you will not be able to know.
It's just the digital.
You will not be able to know.
Yeah, and I mean the reality is there are digital artists now. Or like that's, and so it's because it's digital art. It's not like hand, it's not on. Correct. Anyway, it just is getting frustrating.
They're still drawing cameramen. Most of them have pads that they draw on. Most of them, right? It's not like it just zaps and it appears.
Right. No, exactly.
I mean, and different artists use different strategies and techniques. They layer in things underneath and they paint over the top of them.
Stacey says she's had this, and Derek's the one who did his art. And it's just, it's like in trying to help the artist, you are insulting many artists by just assuming and not asking. And it's just, it is getting on my nerves. I'm going to be honest that I appreciate.
But I think it's very important.
The stance is important.
In our future, we need to make sure that all of our game masters, before they run a game, when they have new people, they are able to tell people, and by the way, I'm going to show you a lot of artwork today. And Gooey Cube commissions artists.
Yes.
This is not
AI art.
Because I don't want that ever out there. Because those kind of rumors can get you in trouble, right? People start saying things, and then it catches fire, and then you're trying to defend yourself, and then it's just it's the that culture of guilty before proven innocent is not a good thing, right? We should always be skeptical of anything we read till we really understand.
And I'm just going to say this: I do not think our art is trash.
It's not. It's wonderful art.
Anyway,
it is. Listen,
I think it's beautiful.
We do not spend $1,000 per piece of art.
Yeah.
Okay, we cannot. Right.
Yes.
And so our artists are not. There's not what I would call always artistic perfection in every piece of art that we do, because I don't demand that of our artists. That is too much. It is. We don't have the budget to be able to do it. But they do great work, and I am proud of Benjo and Kishore. I am proud of past ones, Eva, right? And they just go on and on. It's 25, 27 artists that we've worked with over the course of Gooey Cube's career. So, all right.
Okay,
Mandy,
that was my rant.
Ranting.
That was my rant. I knew I was going to get. I knew
go back here to our marvelous game masters.
Yes, our game masters are so marvelous. Sorry. Oops. What have I done here? I've done something crazy. I've done something crazy.
You just focused in on that.
There you go. Okay.
Yes.
Anyway. Whew, I feel my temperature rising. I'm sorry. We just get it a lot.
This has been entertaining for people.
Yes.
Today.
Well, normally you're the one ranting about Facebook.
Well, I want to rant about Facebook because, I am bothered by the fact that we do our advertising days and people are allowed to post up on our Gooey Den their things that they're providing out there, and Facebook throttles them. I know they do. It really frustrates me. It's very, very frustrating. I just, I have a group. The group wants to hear from other people in the group, and they hide anything that appears to be in any way advertisement, and I don't like it.
Sorry, Stacey said she got hate mail over her books, which were illustrated by Derek Stevens. So,
Stacey, I'm so sorry.
Yeah,
I know what you feel. Here's the thing. Here's the thing that really kills you, right? Here you are taking a stance, employing an artist, trying to help, trying to do the right thing, right? At least in my opinion, it's the right thing, right? And somebody who doesn't know, some ignoramus out there, decides that in their humble opinion, you are doing something wrong. And so they come after you with no evidence, with nothing, right? And they're totally wrong. And you have no real recompense other than to say, yo, dude, you're wrong, right? And but if they put it out there in public, right? It's already out there in public. It's very, very disappointing. Very, very disappointing. Do not participate in that. Do not participate in this culture.
This is a good point from Jens. And I saw this on a number of booths, and we should probably do this. If this hasn't been said, Gooey Cube should put a sticker or badge on its products proclaiming human artists and writers, no AI.
On every inside page, on the credits page, it says, we do not do AI art. Humans first.
Yeah.
That's what it says. It's right in the bottom of every page.
I saw it I saw people having it on their booths and stuff like that. And I mean, I get it. So
well, let's mention that to Lawrence because we could push that because we are so prolific with art. It's very easy for people to think that. All right, we got way off track. I don't want to. We're celebrating right now. We're having fun times. Flip 7. I got to figure out this. Another gift I got. Look at this one. Portmanteau. Yes, the cooperative game of linguistic fusion.
Did you purchase these?
No, these were gifts.
Many
gifts.
While you're talking, I'm going to keep showing our game room.
Yes, do it.
So,
I mean, game after game. How many total games did we run, Camera Mandy?
Oh, I don't even know.
I thought Casey gave us a number.
But I don't have it off the top of my head. We ran a lot.
Hundreds and hundreds of games.
Yeah. Over.
Maybe is Casey in the chat? He might be able to.
I don't know if he's in the chat today.
Maybe Wit.
Yeah. So, anyway, we had loads of RPG games. We had Whodunit. That was a huge success. I have an exciting announcement about Whodunit.
You know, we need to thank all the wonderful characters in Whodunit.
I will do a post with that. I haven't had a chance to yet, and it's good to kind of spread it out because there's been a lot of Gen Con stuff.
I agree.
But I will get to doing that. Ugh, look at all these. Look how happy everyone is at these tables. I'm like, literally, and our game masters, like, they're so engaged. They're standing up. They're I just love it.
Mandy, I rarely sit down. I do sit down sometimes, but I try to stand up and keep the energy going and all of that stuff.
I love all these gooey green shirts. It's just making me happy. So, but here's the exciting announcement about Whodunit. Or I should say, I'm gonna asterisk this announcement with we're going to try very, very hard. So the thing that is interesting about Whodunit. It gets more people to our booth than even the RPGs do. So people love, like, we sold out of Whodunit, 84 tickets. It just gets energy up. I don't know. It's
a cooperative mystery, right?
Yeah.
People enjoy being able to work together. There's a nice a set of prizes to be won. Obviously,
you get to solve a mystery.
Game masters and the characters all add to this entire wonderful thing, you know?
It's a way to be, there's Harry. Look at Harry right there.
He's giving you the point.
The finger.
Camera Mandy.
Yeah, no, I love it.
Spencer's like, Dad, don't go back. Spencer's like, Dad, can you really stop pointing?
Dad, this is so not cool.
Come on, Dad. You're so uncool, Dad.
So, anyway, I really thought about Whodunit, and here's like the only picture I have from Whodunit, I think, or I think I have one of. Yeah, I have a few more from Whodunit.
Michelle was the queen, right?
Yeah,
and of course, James was the vampire. Right?
Yeah, I didn't take as many pictures of this because like I was busy. Here's like Chris just like
Chris is
this is the because there's a challenge where you have to do your KO move, kind of thing. Anyway, so for whatever reason, like Whodunit, even though it doesn't directly tie into any of our modules, people get excited, so excited that someone came back to our game room because the only place you could get like a 15% off coupon was from doing one of our games or being in our game room or being at the game show. He comes back and he's like, I need another 15% off coupon because I need to go buy Dark and Haven. He'd already bought a bunch of our stuff and needed a second coupon. So I really thought about it. And in the seconds before we started running Whodunit, I was like, why do I do this to myself? I was like, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of props. It's a lot of management and stuff like that. But then like you're actually in the room with everyone and they're engaged and they're excited. And Austin came up to me and he's like, Mandy, I've not seen this before. And this is stunning to me. I cannot believe how people are not sitting down. They're not on their phones. They're actively, participating. Anyway, so
that was Casey and Crystal right there. Yes.
Yeah,
There's Peyton in the middle on the other side. Yes.
And her gelatinous cube queen outfit.
It's
such a good cosplay. The blue dress over there. And here's Lucan counting up coin at the end of it.
Yes.
Okay, so to the announcement. So after the Goo done it, I really thought about it. And after seeing the success, because like anecdotally, Cody came up to me and said there are so many people who dropped by the booth and told me how much fun they had at Goo done it last night. And so I really thought about it. And then I called Corey. I said, Corey, because he's had this in his mind to do Goo done it Darkenhaven. And originally my thought was to not run Goo done it again at Genghis Con because we've done the carnival theme 2 times in a row. And I just I didn't have it in me necessarily to make another one until I heard about how successful Goo done it was at Gen Con. And again, a second time, and how popular it is and how much people love it. And so I said, Corey, what do you think? Can we do Goo done it Darkenhaven in time for play testing at Genghis? And he said yes.
So
he
Corey's out here
in like less than 2 weeks.
and we're having him on the stream, right?
Yeah, I think so. I think that's the plan.
We worked it out.
Yeah, and then
because that's right before Ms. Goo and I go to California to see her mom.
Oh, good. So yeah, but he'll be here Friday too. And so on Friday we're gonna sit and we're gonna figure out the mystery, and we're gonna go ahead and try and get Goo done it Darkenhaven done in time for Genghis Con.
That'd be awesome.
And then we're gonna run 2 sessions of Goo done it at Gen Con. So we're gonna do Goo done it Carnival and Goo done it.
Just can we avoid having the same day as the game show, my premium
game? Here's the thing is I can run this without you.
No, you need Alfabio.
Oh, you want Alphabio there? You love Alphabio.
I love to be able to send the pictures to Ms. Goo.
I have a video of you getting quite an intense little dance from somebody who wanted to show you the moves in exchange for something. So anyway, yes, I think we will be running Goo done it Darkenhaven at Genghis Con. Oh my God, it's already 11:02.
Yes, it's time.
Okay, well,
let's show a few more.
I'll show a few more pictures.
If people want to bail out, bail out.
Yes.
There's a few more pictures, and then we'll let you all go. Oh, and we did the hashtag portrait. Yes, everybody
we
got
did
that
it earlier.
in. You get your hashtag portraits in. So, make sure you do that. Get an entry.
Josh was new this year, and he was a superstar.
Really good.
And he played at your VIP game as well.
Yes,
and I heard
was wonderful
with Heather.
Too.
So yeah, no, but Josh was definitely a standout GM this year. So for our new people, got huge shout outs from his game. So did Shannon. I got to listen to them to them run because I was prepping on tables next to them. Anyway, yeah. Seriously, this was such a great year, and
it was really good.
It's when you do this so many years in a row, every year feels like a good year. But I don't know. I just really felt like this was a very special year for us, especially with the ENnie and with the Gaming Trend award for our game masters.
Yeah, I want to bring Mike back on. This is what I'm saying. I want Mike back on the show, and there's other people that I'd like to bring on that actually talked about it. They said they'd love to come on the stream, and I think people like that as long as it's a topic of interest, right? As long as they got something to say. So, but goodness gracious, what a marvelous.
Here's our EOs helping me get Perils and Fortunes all set together.
The EOs so good, always so helpful.
Yeah.
Just wonderful.
Oh my God, we talked our heads off about Gen Con next week. Oh, but before we go, I lost us. Hold on.
Cameraman.
Hi. Before we go,
yes,
I just want to say thank you so much to our crew. Oh, I guess I should put myself on.
Yes, you should.
Okay, hold on. Thank you so much for the crew. Thank you so much to the people who woke up early to help us with the game show, who stayed late to help us clean up the game room. Literally, this effort does not happen without the community. We can't do it by ourselves. There's just too much. And so I just want to say, I can't say it enough. Thank you for all the encouragement, all the gifts, all the things that let us know that we're doing things right, even when we feel like we're a low budget production that can't get the energy to do anything right, or we crash into a bridge, or any of that kind of stuff. Just knowing that we have this community here that has our backs. It just means so much to us.
I got a couple more things. Can I do a couple house cleaning items? First of all, soon here, we are going to begin doing the Contributors Guild again for 2 different activities. We're going to get ahead of the Greenwood. Okay. And we're going to do Guys and Gax 2. And that's the northern environment. So where Guys and Gax is right now, we will do a set of maps that's north of that as you move a little further up the Mithril Mountains, the edge of the Mithril Mountains. And so there's going to be some really fun things to do for contributors. I'm really hoping these will be our most the largest contributions we've ever done. We're going to do some meetups on them like we did in the past because we got more time to really talk it through. We might do some things here on the stream, but also some Discord meetups. But if you're interested in contributing, and there will be, as always, a nice little reward, nothing crazy, but a nice little reward for everybody who participates. If you'd like to have a chance to be published in the Guys and Gax Tales that are coming up, or in the Greenwood, which I think is, Cameraman, I told you, you're talking about another one of my heroes, right? So Ms. Goo and I are going to go see him again because we have some chatting to do. So, and I've got Ed's going to actually do some writing for us in some other capacities as well.
He already has.
But more.
Yeah.
But more. So I'm really, really stoked. I mean, it's so much fun. And it really does. You are absolutely right. Begin and end with the Gooey community. We love you all. Wit, again, I'm sorry for giving away the secret, but actually, honestly, I got this fun little glow going on right now, Cameraman.
Oh,
I do.
You have the glow.
It's like
pregnancy reveal glow.
No, it's just a wonderful thing. It's so to bring a life, into the world, to raise these little crazy beings and let them go off and be what they are. I mean, I held you when you were just little. You were just right. Your little head was right there, and your little body was right there. And I remember this. I remember your little face.
Now I'm almost 40.
Yep. I think you farted when I was holding you. How little baby farts are so cute. They go.
I have a question. Inquiring minds want to know what Alphinius did to offend the mild-mannered Hernesh.
Yes, I forgot that. So we're going to begin a game here also. So we're going to have to push it a week.
Okay.
But yes, we are going to talk about the villains of the world of Zyathé. And I got to don't let me forget, Cameraman. We got to continue.
And they're asking you to hold up the snail card game on the desk. Just hold it up for some reason.
Snailed it. I think it's this is the kind of stuff. This is why I love the gaming community. Look at this, Cameraman. Creative, magnificent. Nobody knows about it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's just but it is from Hasbro, so I guess more people know about it. I didn't realize it was from Hasbro. It's Amigo and Hasbro games. So snailed it. Magnificent. There it is, right there, right next to the cup. But what I want to say is
the villain. By villains, you mean the Goo Syndicate.
There's going to be we're going to certainly meet.
You are the Goo Syndicate.
So I want to be clear. There is no. Is Patrick Kenny in the chat?
This is Marcus.
Oh, Marcus. Oh, I see you, Marcus. Yes, it was either you or Patrick. It was one of the two. Yes, So there is no Goo Syndicate. This is a propaganda effort by the snail people, backed by the Hatters, I'm sure. But we are going to bring forth some of the wonderful villains and talk about them. And we also have to finish our Guys and Gax walkthrough now that we're back from Gen Con. We got to get ourselves back, organized, right, and do that. So we're going to start bringing on some more guests. We're going to finish our Guys and Gax. We've got to keep doing our giveaway, but I want to do this game about the villains of Zyathé. And I got an idea for a game.
You want to call it Villainous?
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 Villainous.
Villainous.
Ooh,
okay.
Villainous.
Sorry, there's a Disney game called Villainous about
Is
the
there?
villains. Yes.
I didn't know that.
I thought you would, but then the blank look on your face.
I didn't know about that.
It's huge.
Great. So we get to do the villains of Zyathé, kind of like they did the villains of the
Yeah,
Disney.
it's a board game. We can play it.
So is Gaston in there?
Yes. They literally have all of them. It's a really fun game. In a spitting
match, nobody spits like Gaston. I'm especially good at expectorating. Oh, what a guy. Gaston.
The 6 people who had to ditch us at 11 are really going to regret the fact that they didn't get to see you do that. So people are suggesting Villain Goo.
Villainous Goo.
Or
Villain Goo. Gooey villains.
Vilgooinous.
Yeah. Oh, okay. All right. We'll have to think about this.
Okay.
Yes, but I want to do a game. I want to do a game with the stream, but it'll also be on the Discord. Have a chance for people to win some stuff, but we get to play a little bit together, and you get to be either on the sides of the villains or the sides of Alphinius trying to protect him from being destroyed. I think it'll be fun.
Okay, sounds good.
Yes.
Okie doke. Okay, let's go ahead and sign off.
Yes, let's everybody go. And yes, you all have a wonderful rest of your Saturday. I'm going to go home and I'm going to spend a little time with Ms. Goo, take a nap because I'm pretty tired. Still quite almost there, like I said. And then tonight we're going out with Casey Rift, Matt Everhart, and his wife Emily. We're going to go see them because they moved to town, so we're giving them a little bit of love. And then tomorrow I'm going to finish up as best as I can F-Home, and then we move to Blun because those are the last couple little pieces we got to get out Carrie's working on Crovenloft, and Patrick is finishing up Trouble with Rats. And we're right there, cameraman. We got all that stuff over in China being printed with the tariffs. Let me tell you what freaks you out. Here's what freaks you out.
This is a new rant.
Before we go, this is what freaks you out.
What?
You do not know for sure how much you're going to pay for your stuff until it comes and lands on the shore. Because anything could change. And I am biting my nails, right, as we go through this process, that there isn't some sabers that rattle and craziness. And the next thing you know, it's 50% tariffs.
Fingers crossed.
That's just, if you all want to send us your luck, send us your prayers, send us your good thoughts, whatever you want to send us, send us.
Send us. All right. Thank you all so
villainous
much.
Goo.
Villainous Goo.
Villainous. Vilgoovinous.
Goovinous.
Vilgoovinous.
Gooville.
Yes, there's all Gooville.
Gooville.
Oh, all the goos down in Gooville.
Gooville. Just saying. Okay.
I could do a children's book.
We should do a children's book.
We should. All the goos down in
Gooville. Yeah.
Does the chat like that?
Vilgooverness.
The
yes.
Goo,
but Sluff Otters, who is wit, says yes.
Winter's Dance.
They say yes.
And we are going to do that. It's not going to be this year because we don't have time. But Rob and I and the Goo team is going to collaborate.
Wit says, obviously, I need one now. So you have to do it.
Whitney,
yeah.
You do. So we're going to collaborate on an oddly gooey Yuletide, and Rob's going to take the lead on that. We're going to do a sequel to that.
I love it.
So we got a lot to come in 2026, and we still got a bunch of 2025 to do. That's it, right? Let's let these poor people go. You are marvelous. Thank you all for joining us today. What a wonderful day to be able to talk about the new little Goo that's going to be born and be able to dance together and speak about all our wonderful game masters and our wonderful EOs and all the crew that helped. And you are magnificent, my friends. Thank you for joining us. Have a wonderful rest of your day. May all your adventures be sticky. Ha ha!